So, Black Clover, episode 53 today. Another good episode, I'd say, for Black Clover. I really enjoyed this one. I liked how it kind of set up everything with the Diamond Kingdom. I don't know if we're going to be getting them next, facing the General, whether we're going to be getting, of course, the Eye of the Midnight Sun next. Not really sure what's going to happen next, but I am most definitely excited because it seems as if the show continues to say, we're not going in filler. We're going to do the source material, and I love that. Once again, Fairy Tail is another show that did that, and I always love that. I love that idea alone. I love that concept alone within Shonen, because the typical Shonen loves to just jump right into filler, upon the filler, and swim around. But not these two shows. So, Black Clover with this episode, I like how they kind of said, hey, this attack was not... I love how... First off, I love how Julius is so just like... His perspective, the way he perceives things and the way he views things is so clear, and he's so aware, he's so conscious of the fact that this was not even like... Yeah, you sent generals after us, but they were like nothing. Like, I mean, hell, your generals couldn't even take on our freaking... Our knights. Let alone our vice captains and captains. And I like that because what the show did right there was set up the generals, and it makes sense. I just liked how that flowed together, essentially. So, moving on to the whole Charmy thing, I just want to hop into it with her character. I don't know what it is, but I love Charmy's character, and I love how she's always doing the skit of the meal-saving prince. I do want to throw that out there and get that comedic part of the show out of the way, but... The meat and potatoes of the show was really Finral's brother coming up again, and they definitely did a great job of making us not like him. I mean, we didn't like him before. We saw that as a POS before. We see him with Yuno, and he seems as if, oh, maybe he's not the worst person in the world. But even with Yuno, he acknowledges his power, but he still calls him a peasant. Still calls him a commoner. Still looks down upon him because of his social status. Even though he acknowledges, yeah, you're strong, but you're still a fucking peasant. Essentially, like you are who you are still. And he still like belittles. He's smug. He was gonna kill the civilians just to get the job done. Like. He's a loser. I mean, Finral's brother is just a straight-up loser. Is exactly what he is, and I love that. I love that, he made those remarks about Austin and be careful who you associate with, right? Those typical remarks that you could see from someone like him, which was exactly the case. So I love how, it's just like, what the fuck you mean? Like, he's just kind of like, what you mean? Like, that's my rival. Like, we're competing to become Wizard King. He's like, first, and guess what? First, I'm going to become the captain of the Golden Dawn. And he's like, no, I don't acknowledge your existence because I'm better than you. That's kind of the attitude gave off, and he pissed him off. You don't talk crap about Black Bulls, Asta's squad. Don't talk crap about Asta. Those are the two rules, man. And I love that. And I love that Finral also held his ground and said, hey, you ain't talking shit to my teammates. You can say what you want to me, little bro, but I ain't putting up with the BS of my other teammates. And I love how Finral is someone who acknowledges the strengths that he's not an offensive guy. He's someone who needs to work together like he just did with Asta taking down that slime dude. He's someone who needs to work with other people in order to get the job done. He's not someone who's just going to beat you one-on-one, and that's something that's cool to see. I'm glad we got to see that, and I'm glad that he accepts that he's not as strong as his brother. That's how it should be. That's really good writing, in my opinion, for the character of Finral. I really enjoyed that. I mean, a lot of people are going blindly saying, I can beat him. Oh, I'm going to train right now and beat him. Maybe that's the case in the future, but I love how there's a line of acceptance there, and that's something that you just don't get to see with a lot of anime character. So moving on to the Golden Dawn's leader, he ends up not being lit. His key said he wasn't lying. He is not lit. So that's something that's cool to see. So he takes off his mask, and we get to see the scar. And the fact that he's born with a scar like that, that's like holy crap. But he's an illegitimate child of a noble, and no one wanted him because of the scar. They even acknowledge his power. So he's someone who technically he's not a full-blown commoner, even though he lived in the Forsaken realm. He's an illegitimate child of a noble, and even though they acknowledge his power, they didn't care because of that scar on his face. So it shows you that even nobles don't accept certain people because of their appearance, which is kind of pathetic. Well, not kind of, it is pathetic. And I like how the show's been tackling that. The nobles, usually there's a lot of shows that will have nobles sitting high and mighty, but I feel as if Black Clover's done a really good job of really showcasing that and hitting the nail on the head when it comes to those scenes to showcase how most nobles are just POSs. So that's cool to see. It really did enjoy that. The ED, I do want to hop onto that in the opening. I don't think I mentioned that last week, but the opening, I love it. Black Clover, say what you want about it. Openings have been consistent, been really good, especially like opening 3 when it's like Black Clover. Love that shit. But ED, the yin and yang, ED, I like that. Also was black, was white. I just love how they did this segment where it's all, especially the scene to where it's all white and then you see Black Clover written in letters and Yino's leaning up against it. And then you're on Asa's side where it's the whole screen's black and then you see white letters and Asa's leaning up against it and it says Black Clover. That was cool. I really like that effect. I was like, that's badass, man. So yeah, really like the ED a lot. So other than that though, guys, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.